$3-4. He's filling his tank and taking you around all day.
Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. It's Eric and Alex again with Alex and Eric Adventures, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a quick look around the tourist town of El Nido on the island of Palawan here in the beautiful Philippines. Hopefully I can give you a few useful tips, tricks, and reminders on what to bring, or just how to travel a bit more savvy and save a buck or two while you're here visiting on your vacation or holiday. I know the video is kind of long, but if you can, please stay tuned until the end. The information is a little scattered, and I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything that can make your visit here more enjoyable. Also, I'd love to know what you think. What's your opinion? And do you have any suggestions to add that I may have left out? Love to hear from you all in the comments. Thanks in advance for watching. Now on to the video.
Well, not giant. I guess that's like a half-size shipping container. That's awesome, though. I wonder what the construction project is. Oh, there we go. Someone else filling their gas tank. I love that. Makes it easy, right?
Here's a quick look at the Palawan tricycles as we're stuck here in traffic. Definitely took a little while, but after the traffic cleared up, we're back on our way to the town of El Nido.
Sweet. So you start here and then you make the left down to the town, right? Yeah. Awesome. We're gonna do a quick lap and we'll come back. Thank you, Kuya. All right, let's go take a look.
All right, hope you enjoyed a few clips of the journey on over. Let's start exploring some of the shops.
Awesome. Whoop. There we go. All right. Let's take a look. Let's do a decent walk down there, and then on the way back if you want to grab something. So we'll browse and then you'll grab something on the way back.
Yeah, so for starters, let me say it was definitely a beautiful day to be walking around in El Nido. The weather here is perfect in December, somewhere in the mid-80s with a slight breeze and not overly humid. Can't complain. As for the shops, I personally feel they have some great stuff, a lot of which is actually useful on the trip, not just for souvenirs. So I would highly suggest browsing the shops along the roadside before you enter the town proper. They all seem to sell basically the same exact things. However, the shops along the roadside have way cheaper prices. Top important things I would suggest to grab along the way would be stuff such as water shoes. They're definitely a must on some of the tours for sure. I used them quite a bit, even though I didn't think I would. Lots of coral and definitely would help the feet. Grab yourself a dry bag. They come in all different sizes, and honestly, I can't believe I haven't seen these sold at tourist spots until recently. Perfect for cell phones, cameras, battery chargers, electronics, or even your wallet. So they also sell some great quality beach bags there too, as well as some decent sunglasses, super affordable. That way there's no crying if they get lost or destroyed while you're on your adventure for the day. Really, there is definitely something there for everyone. Personally, I love collecting the magnets and cheap t-shirts everywhere I go. It's silly, but awesome. Now, let's finally take a look at El Nido town proper.
Thank you, Kuya. So if they start beeping, basically they want to give you a ride. They're seeing if you need a ride. They see you walking. Trying to get you to where you're going quicker, but the whole point of this is doing a walk. Then we already got a Kuya Ed waiting for us. What is this, hypermarket, little supermarket? Or a little mix?
No, it's a hypermarket.
All right, a little mix of things.
Grocery store.
You know, maybe on the way back, I definitely want to see the town before the battery. The battery dies so quick on this thing, especially in the sun. I know, look at these rocks. That's like a straight cliff. It's got to be at least, I don't know, 150, 200 yards, meters up. Look at that little driveway. That works. That's awesome. Good enough to fit the mini electric truck in. And yeah, new construction going up everywhere. You know, Philippines, I've been coming here for 10 years, and it's definitely developed so much since I first started coming. You know, I'd say 10 years from now, it's going to be completely different than it is now. You know, especially with all the tourism. Like I've said in some of the other videos, this place, it really feels like going to Mexico or going to Tulum or Cancun. You know, there's heavy amount of foreigners here, and it's all just little tourist spots and little tourist bars. All right, Canopy Walk. Is this where he's taking us? All right, well, we'll get there eventually. Or he might be taking us directly there. Oops, excuse me, Ate. Sorry about that. Here's the Red Doors. So I've stayed at these places before. Maybe I'll do a tour here sometime, but Red Doors is a chain, and yeah, super inexpensive. I mean, I stayed at the Red Doors in Angeles City for what, about, I think it was $9, and after taxes it was about 11 bucks.
Look at the
Let's see. No, that's without the fees. So it's the same way it's advertised at the other place, and then but the other place it's a little more transparent pricing. So if you're looking, it looks like it's cheaper here than booking at the hotel. There's hidden fees, and the hotel is pretty much upfront about that. They'll say, yeah, the tour is 1,200, 1,300 pesos, but there are essentially it's environmental fees, and it was the same stuff we had to pay even checking out a place like Tingaloy Island. When you get to Port Mabini, that's cute. Look at the rocks. Yeah, when you get to Port Mabini, basically there's a bunch of fees that you have to pay, and I forget what they're all called. You can go back and watch that video. I think I got most of it on video. All right, little scooter rentals. You know, it's definitely, I'd say it's worth it for the freedom that you have. You can kind of scoot around, obviously, and go to where you want. But if you do, and I've said it in other videos, be safe doing it. You know, even if you ride, you know, you're like, oh, I ride motorcycles all the time, I'm an expert. You know, it's different here. The roads are different. You know, you can, these things, they're usually not very well maintained. So a lot of times they don't have adequate tread on the tires, and then two, the roads are not very well maintained. Even if they're paved, you might come across a huge patch of sand, and between the sand on the road and no traction on the tire, might wipe out. So preferably, you know, I'll probably rent one myself eventually, but yeah, we got a lot of nice little spots. Definitely don't speed, and just be super mindful, pay attention. You know, you don't want to wipe out and ruin your vacation. I just saw somebody yesterday on the beach all bandaged up, and the second I saw the bandages up and down one side of his body, You knew exactly what happened. He wiped out on a motorbike. And if you notice the way the locals drive here, they're not driving crazy. Even Kuya Ed, I feel like he's going slower than he needs to. I feel like he could probably pick up the pace a little bit, but you know, he's probably doing it for safety. Also, you're on vacation. Why the rush? Got some laundry service here. Yeah, if you're wondering, and I don't know how much it costs here, but I'm sure it's very similar. You can get a whole basket of laundry done for anywhere from $2 to $4. Washed, folded, and returned. Usually, if they're not too busy, sometimes same day, but most of the time maybe next day pickup. And for $2 to $4, definitely worth it. So if you're staying here and you're running low on clean clothes, yeah, just drop it off at one of the laundry spots. They get it done real quick. Super easy and inexpensive. Potato corner. This is a chain they have everywhere around the Philippines. Great French fries. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love potatoes? I'm sure there's one person that's going to write that in the comments. I hate potatoes. But no, I don't think I've actually met somebody who just doesn't like potatoes. In some, because you can make them in, I mean, there's so many ways to eat potatoes. It's got to be one way that you like. If it's not mashed potatoes or French fries, maybe it's some sort of vodka. This is what now?
The place that we go to.
Yeah. So we're gonna go take a look, and then we'll go back up to. And yeah, if you're wondering, they do have ATMs just about everywhere, even some of the secluded areas. Now, I don't know about these in particular, but a lot of them in these small islands, there's like a 10% markup.
That's the one.
The markup? Yeah. All right. So Alex is saying that was the ATM brand that has the 10% markup. You know, that might be the only brand that sticks them out in these remote areas. And that's 10% markup, not including what your bank may or may not charge for you using international ATM. And I know a lot of banks now do ATM reimbursement fees. No, thank you, Kuya. I appreciate it. And it's getting the shade. Yeah, tripped. All sorts of little resorts and beach clubs. That place looks fancy. But yeah, I want to say a regular ATM, you pull out 10,000 pesos in Manila, and this is talking US dollars. You got to do the conversions if you have euros or whatever else it is, wherever you come from. But I want to say it's somewhere between $180 to $190, depending on the currency exchange for that day. Yeah, that's nice. I actually might get that later. A Red Horse tank top. Absolutely. I will grab that later. I like that. I like that it's a tank top.
That one's for me.
Which one? Yeah, I mean that one I don't like too much. I mean I do like V-necks, but that's a very saggy looking V-neck. It'll look a little sloppy. I like that. It's a cool statue if you have a beach house. All right. But yeah, as I was saying, you pull out 10,000 pesos. It's probably somewhere around 180 to 190 US dollars, depending on the currency exchange for that day. Here, with the 10% markup, you know, it was coming to, God, it was almost $210 to pull out 10,000 pesos.
We went here.
We did go here. So, if you land in Manila, before you come here, use the ATMs there before you get out here. And as I said in one of the other videos, if you can get over to BGC there is a HSBC ATM. There's only one HSBC in all of Manila, and I think, well, all of Philippines. I was saying most ATM, well, not most, they're all capped at 10,000 pesos, so $200. So just say you have to take out, $800 to $1,000. You'd have to use the ATM 4 or 5 times, and the ATM fee is 250 pesos, so it's gonna be $20 to $25 just to pull out $1,000, when the ATM at HSBC is, you could pull out 40,000 pesos in one go, and that's the only ATM that has that limit, and they don't have an ATM fee. So this is regardless. I don't know, everything's different on what your bank charges you, but I'm talking about what the ATMs actually charge here. So you could pull out $800 essentially, or it's conversion's a little bit less than that, but 800 US dollars for $0. So if you get a chance and you land in Manila, check out BGC, stop by the HSBC and pull your money out there before you come to a place like here. You'll wind up saving, depending on what you're pulling out, it could be a few $100. You want to walk up here real quick?
Sure.
Let's take a look. Yeah, enough money talk for now. I'll do another video on that, on how to stretch your dollar as far as you can out here for sure. But between staying at cheap hotels and using the right ATMs, and not getting trapped with no money and having to use the expensive ATMs, yeah, you could make it. You could save several $100s. And a lot of the times you could stay at a cheap hotel and they'll let you venture to the expensive hotels with the pools. A lot of times they just have a minimum, so they'll be like, all right, yeah, you can use the pool, just spend at least 500 pesos on food or drink. But that's something you're probably going to do anyway. You're not going to hang out all day not eating and drinking anything, so definitely worth it if you're on a budget. If you're not on a budget, you already know, sky's the limit for you. Bravo. And then, yeah, once again, budget tours. A lot of these, now the islands that you obviously need to take a boat to, you gotta rent a boat. But some of the places, you'll take a boat and it'll stop somewhere that you could get to by trike. They're just going around through the water to hop over there. It's a lot of fun. Well, that's what I was explaining. We got a jeepney driver, Kuya Ed, and he runs his own little, it's a one-man show, his own little tour service. 1,500 pesos, he'll take you anywhere you want to go all day long. It's not based off distance, you're just renting him for the day. And it's not really even based off time. He doesn't really give you hours. You just, hey, I need to get picked up. He'll ask you where you want to go. He's got a chart on a sticker right inside the trike. And yeah, or you just ask him. He'll take you everywhere and then he'll bring you back. 1,500 pesos. Now a lot of these bancas, even the smaller ones, start at roughly around 1,800 pesos a day. They'll take you everywhere you want to go and include, that's per person, and provide a lunch. Now Kuya Ed, he's taking you to all these places and you have no time limit. Now that's as many people as you can fit in a trike, which is, if you're American size, is really 2, maybe a third sitting on the back behind him. Yeah, this one's got to get redone. I hope you're all enjoying the scenery. I know I am. The Banca Yard right here, Banca Bay. I know that's not what they call it, but that's what I'm calling it. But yeah, the most bang for your buck. Get a trike driver who does private tours. How do you find them? Pretty much just flag down a trike driver, and they probably all have the same type of deal going. They all want to make money, but they'll wait for you. They drop you off at a beach. The other Kuya Ed, he took like a what? Oh, you hit a hole. Sorry. But yeah, Kuya. Oh, no good. Yeah, watch where you're walking, little holes here and there. Someone dug it in the sand. So they got you go scuba diving, a little off topic, but passing it right now. They do have a PADI course you could take here. I did one of those years ago while in school. I did not make it through. I don't like being underwater like that. Snorkeling is enough for me. I started freaking out. Maybe one day. But yeah, 1,500 pesos. Maybe you could take, you know, depending on your size, 2 to 4 people. And Kuya Ed took like a 5-hour nap while we went and enjoyed the beach. You know, we offered him come eat with us and have some lunch. He politely declined. He brought his own lunch. But yeah, we're having some barbecue. Invited him over. But yeah, totally the most bang for your buck. Hey, let's go check out the dock. Yeah, and then we'll head back. And then versus taking the bancas. Now, some of the islands, obviously, you can only get to by boat, so you have no choice. Oh, nice. This is a cool dock. Feels like one of those like jumpy things at a play place. Hope you can see that on cam. But yeah, it starts at the lowest is about 1,800. Now, some of those tours they say 1,200. That's without the environmental fees. With all that included, about 1,800 pesos. So just about, I don't know, 35 US dollars, maybe 40 on a bad day. That's a nice one. The Coast Guard. I'm not good with boats, but I wonder if that's one of those Zodiac boats. Looks like it. Yeah, that's really neat. Now, the 1,800 per person, that it includes a lunch. They'll stop at one of the islands and buffet style. The only thing I don't like about that is you're with a bunch of people. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not antisocial, but you're with a bunch of people, but you're on their schedule, and they got so many places that trying to cram in a day. You might go 4, 5, 6 stops, which is nice. You get to see a lot, but the more stops you have with the boat ride in between, you really only get like 30 minutes to an hour tops at each spot. I don't even think we had an hour tops. I think, one of the longest stops we had was maybe 45 minutes. So it's, hey, let's get out. Let's see what it is we got to see. All right, hurry up, get back in the boat. We got to race off to the next place. And at the end of the day, I mean, you are exhausted. Some places actually do require a lot of swimming. They don't just pull up to a dock at each spot. Some of them, you got to get off the boat and you got to swim a few hundred yards through some coral to get to whatever it is you're going to go take a look at. Examples like Hidden Lagoon or Secret Lagoon, whatever they called it. I got to look again. 100% worth it, but at the end of the day, you're exhausted. So personally, I like just hiring one of the Kuya Trek drivers and just saying, hey, what do you recommend? We're telling him what you want to do that day. So like I said, today we're doing the canopy walk and checking out the town, and he just hangs out. We offer him to either go walk around with us or come eat with us, and I mean, he probably just chilling, texting, taking a nap, enjoying life. He's paid for the day. So, good times though. And yeah, what is that? It's $1,500 a day, which is roughly about 30 US dollars. So 30 US dollars a day. And in one of the other videos yesterday, we saw him filling up the gas tank. So you stop at one of these little, he doesn't go to a gas station. I'm sure he does sometimes, but a lot of these mini sari-saris, they already have pre-portioned out gas in liter glass bottles for about 90 pesos. His tank was just about empty. Took 2 of those tanks, and I don't know if his tank was full, but 90, 180, so less than $4, $3-4. He's filling his tank and taking you around all day and getting, I don't know what he's making profit, but basically I'm assuming Just subtract that from the 1,500 pesos that you're paying him. And yeah, I mean, he's probably making out pretty well out here. Considering, I want to say the average, you know, there are millionaire Filipinos, but if you Google it, I want to say the average Filipino only makes about 5,000 US dollars a year. And a lot of them, when you talk to them, even the bouncers in Manila, you know, they're only getting 500 pesos a day. Maybe some of them a little bit more, but, you know, so 10 US dollars a day. So for him to be making $30 a day and just hanging out in paradise, sounds like a good deal to me. I wouldn't mind.
All right, that's enough math for a little while. Hope you can make use of a few of those tips when you book your trip out to Palawan. I'll let you enjoy the rest of this short stroll through the town. Some side notes would be it's definitely cute. It's got a great vibe all around. It's very clean, and it doesn't feel the least bit dangerous in any way. One short video doesn't do this place justice. You'll definitely need to come out here yourself and take your time to check out everything. Also, as I noted while walking on the beach, I did actually come back later that evening and dine at Cafe Athena. It's a beachfront Greek restaurant with some of the best kebabs I ever had. I posted it in one of our shorts on our page, so go check it out to see what the food is like. You won't be disappointed. Well, that's about it for this video. If you're still here, I would like to say thanks again for watching. And if you can, please click the like button on the video. Share with a friend or family member who can find this type of information useful. And lastly, subscribe. We're still a new channel on YouTube. Only been around a little over 6 months, so every little bit totally helps us out. Once again, always remember, life is short, so keep exploring and chasing dreams. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.